For months now, the Premier's promised to deliver a budget surplus, but instead the O'Farrell government is set to plunge the state into the red. Treasurer Mike Baird blames world economic uncertainty and the previous Labor government. It's been reported the deficit could be as much as $1 billion. The opposition says the axe is set to fall on thousands of jobs and essential services to cut costs. Brigid Glanville joins us now from State Parliament. Brigid, how significant is a budget deficit?
It's very significant. It'll be only the second time in 15 years that New South Wales has seen a budget deficit. And of course, Liberal and national governments traditionally like to deliver budget surpluses. But the one thing the state government can't control is the global economy. And with so much uncertainty in the world, that's now affecting revenue coming into New South Wales. It's expected to be a budget deficit for 1 year, and then after that, the budget will return to surplus for 3 years. For the past few months, the opposition has been talking about massive public sector job cuts around in the tens of thousands. But tonight it's understood that those job cuts will be around 7,000.
OK, so what else can we expect?
Look, the ABC has confirmed that ageing and disability services will receive $2.8 billion this financial year. Now, that's the largest funding commitment for disability services in New South Wales history.
It's a budget the Treasurer's happy with, but he's not happy with the amount of revenue coming into New South Wales.
There is economic uncertainty across the globe that's impacting confidence, and that means less spending, so less GST. It means less housing transactions, so that's less stamp duty, and all of that is obviously hitting the state budget.
There will be some winners tomorrow. The ABC has confirmed ageing and disability services will receive $2.8 billion this financial year. Then $2 billion will go to disability services in the next 5 years. That's an increase of $342 million on last year's budget. The money will go towards 47,000 extra places for accommodation, respite care and early intervention work. $4.7 billion has already been committed to health. In transport, Sydney commuters will see $314 million spent this year on the North West Rail link.
We have built the budget on the basis that we are not going to receive money from the federal government. Clearly, we're still taking that fight up to Canberra.
The opposition says most of the money that's been allocated was promised by the previous Labor government.
$2 billion over 4 years for the North West Rail link isn't going to see 1 centimetre of rail line laid by the government for the people of the North West.
The Shadow Treasurer says the government's model is flawed.
They chose a strategy for this budget that says this: we're going to sack people by the thousands, we're going to slash services, we're going to borrow more and still be unable to keep the budget in the black.
The government is confident of returning the budget to surplus after 12 months. It also says the deficit shouldn't affect its AAA credit rating.
And I think that what you'll see tomorrow is that there is an improvement in the key fundamentals that the rating agencies are looking at.
Both sides agree it will be a tough budget, with increases in taxes and cuts in the public sector. The full extent will be revealed tomorrow. Brigid Glanville, ABC News.